Namaste Makle, welcome to Learnify Kannada. Welcome kids. So today we'll talk about the poem Anveshane. Anveshane meaning discovery, exploration or investigation. So this poem is written by Dr G.S Shivarudrappa. G.S Shivarudrappa is one of the very few national poets from Karnataka. Alright, so let's get started. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹುಡುಕಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲದ ದೇವರ ಕಲ್ಲು ಮಣ್ಣುಗಳ ಗುಡಿಯೊಳಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಗಳ ಗುರುತಿಸದಾದೆವು ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹುಡುಕಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲದ ದೇವರ ಕಲ್ಲು ಮಣ್ಣುಗಳ ಗುಡಿಯೊಳಗೆ. ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆಫನ್ ಡೂ ಇಸ್ we go to different divine places, right? Like say temple, church, mosque or wherever, right? In search of peace, in search of happiness, in search of blessing from God, right? That's what poet is trying to say. We go to these divine places in search of peace or happiness. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಗಳ ಗುರುತಿಸದಾದೆವು ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ. But the actual love, actual friendship, actual peace is within ourselves, among ourselves, right? Within ourselves, our family, our friends, the people whom we live with, right? Which we don't recognize. Instead of that, we go to these places in search of the peace. That's what the poet is trying to say. So Anveshane is, as I said, discovery, exploration, investigation. It is basically discovering ourselves, right? Thinking about ourselves, like how we are, what we are doing to find peace. Devaru is God. Kallu means stone. Mannu is soil. Basically, the temples and all these divine places are made out of stone and soils and all, right? So that's what he's trying to say. We go there in search of the happiness, into the buildings which are the temples and all these divine places which are made out of stone, soil and all. Gudi means temple. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಗಳ ಗುರುತಿಸದಾದೆವು ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ. As I said, right, we fail to recognize the happiness among ourselves within the people we stay with, we live with. Preeti is love, sneha is friendship, gurutisu means identify. Okay. Now next stanza. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಂದನ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಬಂಧನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ. So where is happiness? ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಂದನ means happiness. We go to we look for happiness. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಂದನ, ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಬಂಧನ. ಬಂಧನ meaning here it is in the context is restriction or maybe um, kind of uh, unhappiness or sorrow. More so here on the restriction, to find happiness, right? ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಂದನ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಂದನ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಬಂಧನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ. So we look for happiness, right? And we look for sorrowness or whatever, right? So all these things are ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ. All these are within us only. We don't have to go somewhere else to find out the happiness or unhappiness, all those things, right? ಒಳಗಿನ ತಿಳಿಯನು ಕಲಕದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಮೃತದ ಸವಿಯಿದೆ ನಾಲಗೆಗೆ. ಒಳಗಿನ ತಿಳಿಯನು ಕಲಕದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಸಿ, our minds are pure, right? So if we don't spoil them, right? So they are just like a pond of still water, right? So that's what the poet is trying to compare our minds, our pure minds to, right? So if we don't spoil them, like the way that if we don't stir the pond, water in the pond, which then it will be silent only, right? So that's what he's trying to say. If we don't spoil our mind, then amrutada savi ide nalige, then it will all be very happy. Like will nalige means here tongue, but amrutada savi ide nalige means if we don't spoil our mind, we we speak only good things, we talk things in a positive way. When you keep on talking things in a positive way, when you think positively, there is no way for you to be unhappy. That's what he's trying to say. So let's see one more time. Ellide nandana ellide bandhana ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್, ಅನ್ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ಆರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಒಳಗಿನ ತಿಳಿಯನು ಕಲಕದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಮೃತದ ಸವಿ ಇದೆ ನಾಲಗೆಗೆ. ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪಾಯ್ಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ರೈಟ್, ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಕೀಪ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ರೈಟ್, ದೆನ್ all the good things only happen. We can be happy. There is no reason for us to be unhappy if we don't spoil our mind or if we don't get negativity into our mind, right? So in terms of the word meanings, Nandana means happiness. Bandhana in this context, restriction in restriction. That means restriction to be happy, right? We don't have to hold ourselves to be happy. Tili means purity in this context. Valagina tiliyanu. Savi is taste or sweet. Amruta means divine nectar. Or basically here it is delicious in this context, right? We will all be happy. ಹತ್ತಿರವಿದ್ದು ದೂರ ನಿಲ್ಲುವೆವು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಹಮ್ಮಿನ ಕೋಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. See, what the poet is trying to say is, even though you can talk to people, you can talk to your friends, you can talk to all the people whom you live with, but sometimes we stay apart, right? We don't want to go and talk. We don't want to be um, we don't want to go there and talk to people because of our ego. We think that let them come and talk to me, right? So because of that we maintain distance. That's what he is saying. ಹತ್ತಿರವಿದ್ದರೂ ದೂರ ನಿಲ್ಲುವೆವು. Even though we are near, we stay far because of the ego. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಹಮ್ಮಿನ ಕೋಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, because of our ego. ಕೋಟೆ meaning fort, aham means ego. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟವೋ ಹೊಂದಿಕೆ ಎಂಬುದು ನಾಲ್ಕು ದಿನದ ಈ ಬದುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ. So we make it so difficult to adjust or compromise or understand. So our life is very short, right? Here the poet is saying that it is just a short life, 4 days he's saying, but it means that it is a short life. In this short life, we make it so difficult, we appear it so difficult that make it appear so difficult that to adjust with each other, which we should not do, right? So that is in summary what the poet is trying to say is, all our happiness, the peace what we are looking for, it is nowhere else outside. It is all within us, in our thoughts, how we keep ourselves positive, how we think positive things, how we take positive things, we keep thinking positive, we will be happy at the end of the day. We don't have to worry about anything else because there is no negativity in us, right? If we keep on thinking positive, talking positive, and unless you spoil your mind, there is no reason you can be unhappy. And here the poet is also saying that be happy, talk to people, uh, uh, so that way, like whoever it's your friends, family, all those things, right? Let the ego not uh, come in between when you want to talk to each other, when you talk to people, right? So there is some adjustment, some compromise you will have to do in the life, so it will all be happy. That's what the poet is trying to say. These kind of things the poet is asking us to discover in ourselves. That is Anveshane, right? All right. Thank you, everyone. Happy learning. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe so that you get notified whenever we upload new videos.